Hey creeps, it's Cameron again, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about books, movies, writing, and all things spooky. And on this episode of Library Macabre, I will be reviewing The Pale White by Chad Lutzke. First things first, I will read absolutely anything that Chad Lutzke writes. I went through almost his entire catalog of books in 2018, loved each and every single one of them, so it is no surprise to me that I am awarding his newest book, The Pale White, 5 stars. I knew from the moment that I read the synopsis of this that I was going to love it, therefore my expectations were set very, very high. Just like every other Chad Lutzke book, he blew my expectations out of the water. It totally lived up to everything that I was wanting and more. The Pale White is about 3 young girls who have been subjected to sex trafficking. So we have Alex, a hardened goth punk who is convinced that she's a vampire with a penchant for blood. We have Stacia, a 17-year-old raised by an alcoholic mother, her fellow captives the only family she has ever truly had. And Cammy, the youngest of the 3, a mute who finds solace in a houseplant. The remainder of the book takes place on one fateful night when the girls decide to take action against their abusers. As with all of Lutzke's books, The Pale White focuses on real-life horrors of the emotional variety. And this one is especially heavy due to the subject matter, but it is one that I highly encourage you reading as long as it isn't a personal trigger. If you feel like this book is going to dredge up some really bad memories, I would recommend avoiding it completely. But if you are like most and you turn a blind eye on the subject of sex trafficking just because it makes you uncomfortable, I think you should give this a try. Human trafficking is a subject that is not discussed nearly enough, and as a brother of 5 sisters, I am very paranoid about it, and I'm always keeping my eyes peeled for any warning signs. Books such as The Pale White really help with that because they put you in the heads of these girls and they make you see how dire the situation is and how important it is for you to learn about it instead of pretending it doesn't exist. It's hard to read about, yes, but it's important for people who otherwise know nothing about it. In other words, this novella teaches caution, awareness, and empathy. That is super important, especially in this day and age. Beautifully told, heartbreaking, important, and hopeful, The Pale White is one of the best books that I read in 2019. It is highly recommended. I would like to say thank you so much to Chad Lutzke and the publisher, Crystal Lake Publishing, for sending me a copy of this book in exchange for an honest review. I loved it. Cannot wait to read more from Chad Lutzke. He just released a new book called The Neon Owl, which I believe is like a crime, new war kind of book. Totally need to get that. But if you are interested in reading The Pale White, I will leave links down below in the graveyard. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Later, creeps.